These aren't cups, but rather miniature bowls reminiscent of many you may have seen in my feed recently. They're thrown with curved forms, save for the little angular section at the top, and then, once they've dried out to leather hard, they're trimmed back to have their more distinct, angular shape, which rests upon this very narrow, tall foot. Will they topple over easily? Of course they will, but I'm not making these with any functional use in mind. In fact, just like their larger counterparts, they lend themselves to being slightly more sculptural objects, which is something I've been trying to pursue now for a while when making bowls. You might think that trimming an object this size is easier than turning the larger versions, but these end up being such light pieces, and as there's no weight in them, they come off the wheel head easily and buckle and break if too much pressure is used with the tools. In that regard, making miniatures is a good exercise, as it forces you to adapt and subtly change your making style to address this. But perhaps the best thing about making smaller work is that it challenges you to scale an object down, whilst retaining proportion and thinning out certain portions of these further, such as the lip, as if these identifying marks on the pots are left thick and cumbersome, then they lose the qualities that make them appear miniature and shrunken down. And these have, for the time being, ended up being some of my favourite pieces I've made lately, and perhaps I'll pair them with their larger counterparts, or they'll be sold individually. I haven't decided yet. But either way, I'd love to hear what you think, and whether or not I should make these in a much larger batch to include in my next shop restock.